Hello, welcome. Hold on, I need to change this to default. And I know what you're thinking probably, which is, are we starting on time with KSP? But that takes ages to start up. And if you are thinking that, then my response is, well, I just started it early enough so that it's already loaded. It's even loaded in the game, so that's good. So, hello Mr. W, welcome! It's nice to see Blue in chat again. And Kangafango, welcome to you as well. Yes, I did start beforehand. I know! Yes, hello! So, Kerbal Space Program. Last time, things didn't go that well. I built a thing, I wanted to get into lunar orbit. It didn't quite manage to get there. It didn't even quite manage to get into Kerbal orbit most of the time. And then I just kept adding on stuff, which made it heavier, and it just didn't work at all. So, what I'm going to do today, and I'm actually going to switch over. Here we are. Is just try to redo it. Basically completely. With the experience that I've gained and having actually found the engines that I'm looking for, because I've got a restock mod, which, well, not restock, I think it's called restock, the name of it, I don't know, a mod that changes the designs of some of the built-in parts. So if I go to the Moon Gazer Mark 1, for example. Yeah, this thing, no, that does not work. Hold on, let me quickly zoom in. I need to turn that on. Just so that I can zoom in. I've got to turn that off. So, basically over here, for example, with engines. Hold on, having trouble finding what I'm looking for again. Oh, where is it? I thought I'd found it last time round. By the way, if the game volume is too loud or too quiet, please let me know as well. Where is that engine? No, that's a solid. Oh, that's the poodle. Skipper, Hawk. Yeah, there we go. The Reliant and the Swivel. These ones, they look different than what they normally look like in the base game, and that's why I didn't spot them. So, this device I'm using, the device I'm using for this, alright, I've taken a photo of it. I'll share it later. Mobile device, tiny keyboard. Oh, stop this! I'm changing device, see all of it, sure. Launch the big f***. No, we will not be launching the big f***. We will, I'll keep it, but we'll make the Mark II, which will hopefully actually work. Which means, also hello, EGR Eliza. Hello, no time indeed, welcome. Did you find the part of the ETS2 convoy you were looking for? I'm just going to use a drone. I wanted to originally have an astronaut going up there for this mission, and this mission, by the way, if you don't remember, is still putting the communication satellites around the moon so that we can have a better time at actually landing stuff on the surface that's not manned. Good to see you, yes, hello. It's great having you in the convoy yesterday. Sorry for sending you on a wild AI truck chase with me. Yeah, the entire time I knew, they're going south, I'm heading north, this is perfect. And I didn't say anything. You mean the "you need luck Paradise, there's 7 of us" line that totally aged fine? No, I meant, didn't you say, or was that Lonely? Someone said they wanted to see the moment of the truck racing past me when I'm by Rome. I thought that was you, but maybe it was Lonely. Right, so for this stage, I'm fine with just using what I wanted to use before. So making this one oh, where is it? Did I go past it? Or is it just OX? No, that's just oxygen. Wait, what? Oh, it is oxidizer. OX oxidizer. Yeah, that was me. You didn't look scared. Yeah, I didn't look scared, mostly because I was focused. And actually, I was a bit excited, because I knew that you were all coming down and getting it closer and closer and closer and closer. And the reason why I didn't look scared was when you found me, part of me was like, oh no, they know exactly where I am. But again, you were already closing in on where I was. So that, you just basically gave me the license to actually break the speed limit to try to get away from everybody. So, yeah. That's why I didn't look that scared. I would ask you, you like how the pathos looked in the Koikatsu? Yes! Yes! I think it looks great. Of course, the only thing with it is the lighting, but of course that's more of the engine thing that you're using, the render engine. But aside from the lighting, yeah, I think it looks great. But but what were you trying to do stopping on the side? Ah, well, let me just find the engine that I want first. What ISP does this have? Space 425. 430. Wait, is this the big... Yeah, that's the big engine. That explains it. This one... Ooh, 468. 465. This one's a really large one still. That one's that one's a smaller one. What is this one? 465 still. A venerable kitchen appliance, rocket engine, effectively burning liquid hydrogen and oxidizer for your orbital vehicles. Stowed nozzle extension allows a compact footprint. Ah, right. Let's use that. Yeah, what I was trying to do is I saw you appear on the map, and you were at the crossing. And I wasn't sure if you were going to turn off where I am, or you were going to try to head north, or you were going to go straight. So I thought, okay, I'll stop here, maybe it's just going to go away. And then when it turned out, oh no, you're coming back this way, I decided, no, okay, I've got to get going. I've really got to get going. Actually, that's a good point. What is the weight of this thing? What is my current weight? At the moment, what did it say, 0 meters per second delta V? Is that not set up correctly? No, this is liquid hydrogen. This is... Oh, that's liquid oxygen. That's oxidizer, there we go. So here we've got a weight of just over we've got 3.4 tons with a delta V of 5.6 thousand meters per second. So I put that on, and then put on, I want the swivel. That is a weight of 6 tons with a ISP, well, not ISP, with a delta V of 3.3 thousand meters per second. So this is significantly better in terms of... wait. I do. Unity hell. One of us should go to the SES forums and suggest a no name tags map view option. Also, funny stuff I found. Let's have a quick look. I don't get it. Looks a bit like a dumpster thing. I saw a name on the map, but had no idea who it was. Let's just say it was a little brain fart on my side. Alright. How many meters per second? So this way, it has got 5,663 meters per second delta V. So this is the part that I want to carry the satellites. And I think I'm going to make the satellites even lighter than I originally had. So, actually, what about this one? Okay, let's try these ones. I knew where every chaser was, but I still needed to ask. Makes sense. Ah, yes, but max speed... So max speed is a bit different than delta V, because delta V means how much you can change, how much fuel you have, and how efficiently it's being used, to output how much of a change in velocity you can affect. Because, of course, delta, meaning change, and V standing for velocity. So delta V means how much you can change your velocity with the amount of fuel you have and with the engine that you have. Okay, so let's just try it like this. Are those the right ones? No. What's the weight on this? 0.05. Oh, those ones are actually heavier. Okay, in that case, let's use these ones. These ones are lighter. But I do want to have this one up here because that one actually has SAS, which... Actually, do these ones not have SAS? That's a good point. No crew, blah, blah, blah. Hold on. This one has reaction wheel, SAS, stability assist, and this one does, I believe, does not have that. Okay, so in the interest of saving, because the thing is, why I wanted the SAS in the first place is because I thought that these little satellites could maneuver into place on orbit by themselves, or if they need to make adjustments. But now that I'm thinking about it, they really don't need to do that. Which means I can save weight by using the lighter probe core, which doesn't have SAS, and by using the... but by not having any fuel, basically. Non-warp. You're excited for the ETS2 Australia rebuild? Austria rebuild? Australia rebuild. To release with 1.44 in the next few weeks? Yes, of course I am. Those Sputniks do really look much better with the mod. Yes. Yes, they do. So, what do I need? I need antennae, and I previously already decided on using this one, which I may need to change the angle of how these are attached a bit, because this I don't think is going to be very aerodynamic for taking off. But I'm just putting it together how I want to start with anyway. So now I do need batteries, because they are going to have to survive. Well, they're going to need enough power to go on past the dark side of the moon. Okay, bye, Eliza. They actually look like metal. I need to fiddle with Discord settings before Monday because I was really quiet for some reason. Yeah, you are. Has disconnected. So this weighs 0.005 tons, has a charge amount of 100. This one has variable stuff. Oh, right, I see. This has to be attached to attachment points. What about this thing? 400, that's 4 times as much. Let's use some of these. Tell you what, let's have 2 of them. How much will that weigh? That'll weigh 0.04 tons. That's not that much. So then I want solar panels. And I'll have 2 of those as well, like that. Anyway, I'm curious. I'm currently sipping on a big warm cup of milk taken directly from the source. Okay. I totally wanted to know that you're drinking something that came out of a cow's breast. Interesting. Yes. Also, don't you mean before Sunday? As that's when my next stream will be. Will is 1961. Hello. Just kidding. Milk carton. Oh, well, yeah, but it still came from that source. Okay, so what do I need next? Stuff. My Windows volume and Discord input are on max, something like plus 30%. Output will resolve it, I hope. Hopefully, yeah. So, what do I want with this? I want them to be more in line. Which, there are multiple ways of achieving that. I could just... No, that wouldn't work. Let's... Yeah, but yeah, you did get me. So... Maybe I need to put on... some more struts. So maybe these struts come out like that. And then this stuff... Well, then we need another decoupler there. Actually, that might not be such a bad thing. If we have these struts on here like that. And then we've got the decouplers on top. So, actually I prefer to have them like that. And then we've got this on top of those. Pretty much like... Hold on. Like that? That's wonky. Hold on. Like that. Huh, that might work. Why does that down here still say 0 out of 4,415 meters per second? This here is liquid hydrogen. This one's oxidizer, so that'll work. Okay, let's see if we can get this properly into space. And actually, no, I need more panels. And actually, I'm going to use these big ones just on the side of this, like that. Just because I do not want to run out of power as I'm going there. And these ones are quite light as well, I believe. Yeah, well, actually, 0.04 tons. Let's get rid. Let's only use these ones. I would not bought a craft if it looked that wonky. Okay, so thank you for the compliment. I need decouplers. How much does this weigh? 0.05 tons, 0.01 tons, but this one's a small one. 0.16, that's a big one. Where's the diameter? Don't see the diameter. Oh, actually I think this one works quite nicely. Which was 100, 100. Yeah, it's basically the same, only it's lighter. Okay, so that's the first stage. Well, the last stage. Well, second to last stage. So technically the last stage is decoupling all of these. So now I would like to see if I can just get it into orbit with something like this as the actual transition stage, I mean. Hello, 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 welcome. But yeah, the craft does look sizably improved. Oh, you haven't seen the Intergalactic Express? Huh. I do actually have some intergalactic engines on this, but we are a long ways away from those. I think I'm gonna use, well, I think I'm gonna use one swivel in the middle. Actually, what's the ISP? So for the Reliant, we've got a vacuum ISP of 310, and this one's got 320. So, actually no, I'm just gonna use the swivel, because it also has the thrust gimbling. And then I'm going to use a fuel duct to connect that into there. This is used, I copy you loud and clear, over. No, I had to change device and it took longer than expected. Did he blow something up already? Nope, nothing was launched yet. Alright, me and Welt's biggest project yet. So, I didn't miss too much. Yep, Shredder is still screwing it together. Is VC still an option? Because I may take you up on that. Sure, I'll just launch Discord, one moment. Enjoy the elevator music in the background. We've never had voice chat with KSP before. That'll be interesting. Just starting up Discord. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to the paused screen, because I never really use it, and this is a good option for it. So I had to boot the device that used didn't work. Okay. Also try to open Discord. Right, so gonna go in. Okay, I'm on Discord, and I've not forgotten to switch back over. Good. Anyway, I'm gonna go to, I'm sick and need to get a lot of rest. Okay, well then, get a lot of rest. Shanice, but we can't see you on the pause screen. That's okay. It totally is okay. So, now, I need a launch vehicle, and by launch vehicle, I mean something to get us into space, hopefully into orbit. But space is gonna be good enough. I don't know what sort of fuel I'm gonna use yet. I haven't decided that bit yet. That would be wonderful. Space elevator music. Do you mean an actual space elevator? Like, because there are concepts of an elevator that takes you all the way into space. Okay, let's see how we can do this. Do I want the normal liquid fuel and oxidizer combo? Because I do have these big tanks for that. Or do I want to try messing with the liquid hydrogen and oxygen again? Let's compare ISPs. So this one is strange. That's not the... Hold on. Or is it this one? No, that's the tiny one. Where was the large one? That's one of the large ones. And if it played a casual jazzy remix of the TOS theme, hahaha, like the Star Wars canteen music, that kind of thing, for elevator music. So this is 430 vacuum, 468 vacuum, thrust of 41, Wait, 41? Okay, we... SPF 430 with 473. What about the skipper? Ooh, that's so much more thrust. 320 versus... okay, I'm gonna try going with a normal fuel and using these big tanks. Just waiting for Discord to boot up. I'm also going to just take something downstairs. Sure. Not heard of it. You have, because you've seen Star Wars. You know the tune if you look it up. Dun 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 dun. That, I think. Let's just go for orange. Good old orange. Also, let's use 2 of them. Although, actually, if we're using 2 of them, I might as well just use one big one. Haha, that'll add more stability to the craft. Because if you've played KSB, you know that the Space Kraken is very real. My eyes are soaring. I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Thank you for stopping by. Because I've only ever seen the original 6 films once, I don't remember the music. But it sounds nice. Let's just go with orange. And now we need an engine at the bottom. Not the poodle. We need the skipper. Ideally, I'd want the other one. I forget what it's called. Wait, we've got a liquid methane engine as well. Oh right, I unlocked the methane engines. But I don't know... Okay, I don't have the time to figure out what the specialities of all these engines are yet. So, I'll have to do that later. Okay, I think we're gonna go for this type. Okay. And then let's just strap some more onto the side. That'll hopefully help us get a little bit higher up. Hold on. There we go. And let's change the color of these. What do I want? Ooh, we could have black. Or orange still. Let's actually go for the black. And this has gimbling, so at this point, I think I just want the power. So I'm gonna go for the Reliant. If this doesn't work out, I might just go for the other one again, but we'll see. And even then, I've seen those movies back in like 2015. And I think I vaguely remember... Hold on, I need to pause and play again, set the updates. Remember that tune, but not clearly. Like, I didn't pay that close of an attention to the background music, most likely. Probably. Okay, so now I need to pump fuel. Actually, I need to add decouplers first, and I want ones that have the highest ejection force. That's 260, 250. Ooh, 450. I think I'm going to use these ones, the hydraulic ones. Are those from a mod? Oh, no, it's quad. Okay. The reason why I want the strong ones is because last time we had a mission fail because one of our own fuel tanks hit us after decoupling, which I don't want. So let's just use the strongest force decouplers to deal with that. Hopefully. So, ooh. Radial attachment decoupler? Wait. Are those... Huh. Oh, that's from the plugin. Let's try those. Let's try this out. I've never used these before. They look interesting. Decoupler shroud enabled. No, I do not want it. We don't need the shroud. Huh. And then, although I'm not sure how these decouple. Do they decouple like that, or do they decouple like that? I suppose we'll see. And then they probably decouple like this and then fall away. So let's put nose cones on top. Hello!
Hello. Just to inform you, technical difficulties, both with Twitch and Discord, so I'll try and get them both up as soon as I can.
Okay, I'll boost your volume slightly.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. For now, I'm just using my phone, but I've just come on to basically let you know, and that I'll try to come on, with my laptop as soon as I can.
Okay, sure.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. I've never seen those things. Well, they're from the Warp plugin, which is, I think, the near future or stuff. Okay, now I need the fuel transfer things like this. And do you know what? Let's put a... Wait, what's the difference? Oh, that's a telescope arm. Let's just use a strut connector as well. Because these also detach when the thing detaches. I believe, at least. So let's try that. Okay. So what do we need to happen first? First, we need all the stuff at the bottom to ignite. Then I need the stuff at the sides to detach. Then I need this to detach, and all of the engines ignite up here. Then I don't have... hold on. I need to put decouplers on here. I think these should be fine. Let's put the decouplers on there like that. So, these fire... This decouples, that fires. Then next I want this to decouple... No, I want all of the... Hold on. Next I want all of... Oh, yes, sorry. Next I want these ones to all decouple. Then that engine at the bottom is still firing, that one. Then I'll decouple this, ignite that, and then decouple all of these. And since it's only a probe, we don't need any way for it to return home. Pursuit Nana, that's just a probe thing. The whole thing is just one big drone, yes. So, I mean, should we add boosters right away? No, let's see how it goes. Actually, can we? Yeah, we can. Needs another nose cone at the top, I know, but it's fine. I don't want the extra weight of it. Don't forget the lights. I'm not gonna need lights because it's not gonna land. It's not gonna pretty much go anywhere else, and I'm gonna navigate using the nav ball anyway. So, are you ready for a hopefully controlled explosion? I am. Right, I'm back. Sweet. Jebediah, Kerbal, ay. Ah, Jebediah is not coming with us at this time. This is an automated vessel. So, we'll see if this works. It might just not go anywhere. This is the first test. Yeah, I think we're gonna need a little bit more power to just get us off. Although those are some very nice flares down there, those particles.
Hi.
Hello!
Hello. Good.
Those particles down there look very, very nice, but we are using too much fuel. We're not using we're using much too much fuel. We need boosters to actually get up. To give us that extra boost, because obviously the further up in the atmosphere we go, the less friction there is, which means well, the less drag there is, I mean. Which means the easier it's going to be for us to get further. So, let's put on some solid rocket boosters. And here I am actually going to use the 260 Force one. So, let's see how that goes. Thumper? Sure, let's try the thumper.
According to Kango, the game's audio is very loud when compared to my voice. Of course, I've got the stream muted, so I can't hear it.
Well, yeah.
It's quite loud.
It was. Is W... So is the game itself at an acceptable volume compared to my voice?
Do you want me to switch mine on to check there, or do you want Kango to?
I was asking Kango because
Sure.
yeah.
Well, she's answer. There we go. He says the background music's fine, but the is too loud.
Yeah.
And Willis,
Hello.
hi Willis, says yes, assuming to the the
Okay,
thing
it's
the
too
game
loud.
will be.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to turn KSP down to like, let's try maybe 60, well 54%. Gonna turn W up to 110.
Hello. Hello, 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 hello.
So
1 2 1 2 3 4 3 4.
let's try with added
Hello.
boosters.
Right, and whilst you're doing that, I will read a little bit of chat.
Thank you very much.
Where did you get up to for reading it?
Um,
The bit I've got at the top is Kango saying the top of it could be more streamlined.
yeah, that I've already read that. I think, but aren't nose cones hollow? Yes, but they still add weight.
Don't forget the lights, Kango.
Yeah, I don't
My
need any
thing.
lights. I don't need any lights this time around.
Then there's my thing, which I don't know. But the nose, but aren't the nose cones hollow?
Mm-hmm.
Kango also says, "Hiya there, Paradise," and he says, "Oh, that was meant to me." Kango says, "Jebediah Kerman has entered the astronaut complex."
Yeah,
and
because he's
everything
not in
again.
the vessel. He's entered the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the thing about the game's audio being too loud. Again, hi Willis, welcome in. Kango saying a 10 and 4 on that hand.
So, let's test the volume by launching. Mr. W, can you speak so we can tell if the volume's good?
Hello, hello, 1 2 1 2. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Willis has just said that Kango just has sensitive elf ears. Are elf ears? I mean, obviously they're pointy, but I don't think I've ever read anything fantasy where they've been overly sensitive.
It's a reference to Vulcans, maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's something completely different, I don't know.
Because I don't think they have in Skyrim. I don't think they have in Toad Ratchet either. And Artemis Fowl doesn't have elves, they just have... Well, they call them elves, but they're all just like but like elves, dwarves, stuff like that, they're all just subspecies of fairy.
Also, I've just remembered, I don't have any winglets. We'll see if that's we'll see if that's going to be an issue or not.
Yes. So how was your day?
Good. I had a meeting with the local thing that I volunteer for, and that was very nice. Got to see my friends.
Good.
Plus, it was a very warm, almost hot, sunny day, which I enjoy.
Kango would just put a thing in 10.4 thing was a reference to the CB radio 10 code, also, most informally, used by truckers. It's a Wikipedia link. Yes, the meeting was nice. Great to be out in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, for me, I had, as I think I did I mention it? I think I might have mentioned it. Oh dear.
What's happened? Why is it doing that?
What wobbling?
Look at the stream. Why did that happen?
Well, I think I might have missed. Oh, it's tilting.
Yeah. It's like it's It's like the decoupler is suddenly very, very bendy. Why is the decoupler that bendy? It's not supposed to be that bendy. What's happening? I think this might be the space kraken attacking. Because if you look here, you can actually see through that little gap there sometimes.
The invisible space kraken.
Yeah, it's actually a KSP thing.
Oh my
It's a name for the physics engine bugging out and destroying your craft.
Oh, that's cool. Wouldn't it be great if they added a natural kraken into that? This is like a little acknowledgement of the fans. See, what's funny about that is that
Wait, issues. Miss W,
yeah.
oh dear. They sold us a rubber one. Sabotage! Well, at least we can see how these decouple.
Yeah, the thing about that is that my stream was on a delay, so I didn't see what had happened when you were saying, and when it happened, it was completely off guard.
The rubber practice ones.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just see how these decouple.
Yes.
Yeah, they decouple exactly how I thought they would.
Nope. The stream might be on a delay again. I am just going to turn the quality down.
It usually is on a delay.
Which I don't like. Yeah, which I don't like doing that here. 480, let's.
Okay, so few things to change.
Bob Cameron went to the place and Betty didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the last bit of chat that you might not have seen or didn't mention. Kanga says, "Well, not in the sun, but you get the picture for the meeting."
I'm just gonna add more struts, basically.
And winglets as well.
Yes.
Is that what they're called?
Winglets, yes.
Winglets.
Hold on. There we go.
Kango says, so canonically, Kerman is the surname of all Kerbals. Kerbals is just what they're called, like humans. Yeah, I guess it's like the species of them, but they all have the surname of Kerman.
Mm-hmm. Or they're all siblings.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to think about how that would come about, but I suppose there's a possibility.
They're little green men from a planet called Kerbin. Does it really matter?
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Okay, can you guess that I'm now strutting this up?
Well, we'll see if it works. We'll see if it doesn't bend like it's a bloody snake this time.
And winglets. Yay.
Kango says, get your duct tape, everybody. We're fixing this thing.
Literally, we're fixing it in place.
I mean, I guess that's an interesting question. Like, purely a thought experiment. But how much duct tape would you need to repair, quote unquote, a full-on spaceship?
Depends how broken it is.
Yeah, that's true. Like just on the edge of not being operable. Well, no, I suppose you need. Okay, so basically as much destroyed as it can be, so that it would still be operable, but just basically death to use.
Well, it depends on what's destroyed, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, if it's the actual hull that's breaking apart, then I don't think duct tape could withstand the pressure of the pressurized fuel tanks.
Yeah, that's
But if it's
true.
just the solar panels that are about to fall off, and that would make it inoperable.
Willis says that they were actually created in a secret laboratory by Kermit the Frog. Kermit and Kerbals.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, in a sort of similar vein. On my VR headset, I've got and it's a free thing. I've got like a international space station exploration thing, and it took me a while to be comfortable with just sort of looking down and just seeing the Earth below me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've noticed.
I think we've talked.
No, go on. I've just noticed I've put one of the winglets on not straight.
Oh dear.
That's why I'm currently fixing it.
Just to check, do you know if there's a delay between? I mean, I know there's going to slightly be a delay with the stream, but do you reckon there's a delay with me talking still?
No,
Oh, great.
I don't think so.
Kango says, from the Muppets, I've only ever seen this, and the Wikipedia article to the Muppets Christmas Carol, which I personally love, and also a YouTube link, which I can only assume is a like a link to a Muppet clip or something. Oh, there we go. Kango says that the second one is the GNU Sung, originally made by Flanders and Swan.
Flanders and Swan made some very nice music.
Uh-huh.
So we're launching in a moment. It's loading still, but once it's finished loading, we will be launching, hopefully.
Yes. Have you seen the video that NerdCube's done?
About what?
Well, he's tried to. Well, if you give me a moment, where he basically tries to create a spaceship that is one sort of unit tall, and so everything is like to the side. And it's actually, I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think it's quite fun to watch. Part of his challenges series. So a couple of years ago.
Ah, so basically the least aerodynamic possible.
Basically, yeah.
I'd not seen that.
Very wide. Yeah, it's quite funny. He's also tried to break the land speed record for the thing. Also tried to create a plane, and I can see a lot of people in the comments getting not angry because that does sound toxic, but sort of playfully angry at the fact that he does not know how to build a plane in KSP.
Well, it's not the easiest thing to do if you've never done it before.
Yeah. Tango says Flanders and Swan were two British museums from the musicians from the 50s. I always get not flustered, but I always stumble over the word when coming around. I've got no idea why. Maybe because I've got people watching, even though I'm personally not too much concerned about it because I've done bigger stuff before. Kango asks, "Is this IRL?" Oh right, no, it is not IRL. Well.
We've passed 300 meters per second.
Hey.
We're passing the clouds. And we're entering the realm of the lag.
Yeah.
I do not have RCS ports.
Oh, okay, have you forgotten something else?
No, it's just responding to Kango.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, separation worked.
Yes, it did.
Although, we are only about 9 kilometers up. But, good news, it hasn't turned to rubber yet.
Probably something in the future, because this is something I've seen a couple of people do. They have like a, or like their main sort of, their content creation website, I suppose you could call it, is Twitch. But they put clips, they put notable clips on their YouTube channel.
Well, I put all of my streams on YouTube, and I don't have the time to edit them.
Ah, yeah. Willis says it seems to be gaining altitude very slow.
So we're going over there to the moon, hopefully, and so I'm going to turn the other way.
Yes.
Which actually does make sense.
Kango says this, Kerbals and gentle Kerbals is what we call progress. Oh, and Kango responds to Willis saying, and attitude. Oh, it's veering off.
Well, it's deliberate, but it's veering off a little bit too much, I think.
Oh dear.
Although, on the plus side, we are still gaining altitude, so I can just... It's not really slowing down that much currently, because we're so high up already. So I can just let it spin around and then engage the engines once we're back on course again. I should have probably added some reaction control wheels. Thinking about it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Reaction control wheels.
Yes, in a sort of relate. Well, I say sort of relate. Talking about clips. What's your opinion on editing? Like, do you enjoy it? Do you not enjoy it?
Oh, I enjoy it. I guess it depends what software you use. If you
Yeah,
use software that's not very easy to use, that's cumbersome, then editing can be a drag. But if you use something like Final Cut, that is much better.
Yeah, we use at my the place I'm at. We use Premiere Pro, and I'd say that's fairly user friendly. But it's just so boring. It's just like audio editing, especially like because usually if you're doing just visual editing, you can listen to something whilst you're doing it. With audio editing, you just have to sit there, especially if it's a big project. You just have to sit there and listen to it. Like, no, that sounds too breathy. No, that's too much of a gap, and it's just it's just click 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 click. Ugh.
Well, I guess it depends on what sort of stuff you're used to doing. Because I'm used to doing game development and writing code, I'm maybe a bit more used to that sort of thing. Oops, forgot the steering wheel. Basically, yes. I literally forgot the steering wheel. Because the way reaction control wheels work is they've got a weight inside, in a wheel, and then you accelerate the wheel on one side, and you... So depending on where the weight is, you accelerate it, and that then gives the craft spin, because it counteracts the rotation going the other way. Because I'm not doing a good job of explaining it, but it works that way. So to steer the craft, you use wheels, so there are steering wheels.
Yes, and Kango, just before got the steering wheel thing, Kango says, "Look, kids, Big Ben."
Yes, it's a reference to the vacation comedy film Road Trip, where they go to Europe and they are from America and they're not used to roundabouts, and so in London they just keep going around the roundabout, and each time the dad says, "Look, kids, Big Ben."
Yeah, Kango says European vacation. I guess in a kind of, with the idea of big things in space that could drop down. Well, say drop down. Yeah. Have you heard of the concept of rods from God?
Do you mean the super weapons, when like these lead or steel whatever bars get dropped down, these big, essentially, rods that then have an explosive yield of nuclear weapons when they strike because they're so aerodynamic and heavy?
Well, yeah, basically the idea that all you really need is to drop a big titanium rod over the city.
Yes.
Titanium, yeah. But yeah.
I have not heard of that at all.
Kango says to your explanation of the quote-unquote steering wheel of the spaceship, Kango says, "Oh, I never knew that."
Okay, so here we go. Inline reaction wheel. Actually, which one? That's the small one, that's the advanced one. Do we need the advanced one? This one has...
I don't know,
15 degrees. This one's got 5. Let's use the 15 degrees one. How heavy is it? It weighs 0.1 tons.
Willis has suggested 4 more solid rockets.
No, that's what I'm trying to avoid. Adding so many more. Let's just add some small reaction control wheels down at the bottom as well. Nope, not just one. I want 4 of them. Well, let's add 4 of them there and 4 of them there. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Let's try it again. Play it again, Sam, if you get the reference.
Yeah. That was the first... I think I'm right in saying that was the first... Actually, hang on. No, I've got a book that says it, so I'll just quickly grab it so I can get the facts right.
Sure. No, that's not how solid rocket boosters work. Solid rocket boosters, you can't add more fuel to them. I guess I could add them to the bottom and then decouple those to then ignite the next ones, but then, I mean, the rocket is already heavy enough as it is, which is why it's launching so slowly. If I add more fuel to the solid rocket boosters, then that means it's going to launch even slower, which means I'm going to need even more fuel, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. So let's see how this goes. I think we could have gone really quite a long ways if I had actually been able to control the craft. Yeah, it's like before last week, it had been almost a year since I had played this.
What, played it or streamed it?
No, played it. The last time I played it was when I streamed it.
I'm just trying to find the bit in the book.
Mm-hmm. Let's hope the separation goes well. Yeah, I mean, it would be a pity if it like dragged on and on with the court and then signing the documents and then all that sort of thing. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of a divorce, not a separation. Haha, there you go, Kango gets it. Although I doubt from experience.
I can't find the fact, but I think it was something that Play It Again Sam was the first song that was ever played on the moon, I think, or in space.
Oh, I have no idea about that.
Yeah. It's a little book that I've had for years actually. It's called Freaky Facts. It is a kid's book by they published in Pocket Pal. It's got some great stuff in there. Let's see where. Willis asks, can you add more segments to the song?
Already read that.
Kango with a series of generic expressions of seemingly pain.
No, it's laughter.
Oh, it's laughter. What? Ah, ha 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 ha.
Ah, ha 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 ha, yes.
That's true. I would say there is a little bit of pain at the start.
Maybe.
Kango, this one isn't pain. It's oof, hot, ouch, ouch.
Ah, there we go.
Yes, but I would assume that rockets, or at least the far from said rockets, do tend to be like that.
Yes. Yes.
If they're not, something's gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, and we haven't even gotten into the nuclear fusion rockets yet, where you're literally creating the same thing that happens inside a star, only you're directing it backwards.
Yeah. Kango says, yeah, when you angled the camera downwards. Oh, right, so I assume that the... What's it called?
Exhaust.
That was it.
Or plumes.
No, not the
You mean the plumes?
Yeah, when the plumes were angled towards.
Okay. Hopefully this will work.
I was going to call it spray for something.
Well, spray is technically correct as well.
You need to concentrate, Trish.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to fight the air.
It sounds like you're actually doing it when you're probably just pressing buttons on the
I am,
keyboard.
but it is like I'm using the nav ball at the bottom to try to keep this thing roughly pointed in the direction that it needs to be to enter orbit, while it genuinely doesn't want to be pointed in that direction because of the air. Although now that we're getting higher and higher and higher, it's getting easier and easier and easier. So our apoapsis, or apogee, is at 55 kilometers. Once we're at just over 70, I'll cut the engines. And actually, this seems to be going very well so far.
He says, and then kaboom.
Well, technically yes, kaboom, at the back.
Oh yes, of course. Kango says, hold A, hold A.
Ooh, look, there are the
And
planets
Willis
up there.
asks,
Look, up there, I'll zoom in. Ooh, hold on, I'll zoom in. There you can see, if I mouse over these little dots, you can see those planets with the names. It's a mod.
oh yeah,
That's a mod.
Moho, Duna, Eve. Yeah, I think, again, my stream, was on a bit of a delay.
Yeah, it's normal. Okay, so... Oh, I need to start burning in like 10 seconds at this point. So hopefully I can get it pointed the right way.
Willis suggests, I think, I don't know if I've read this, could it be due to a lack of nose cones? I think the difficulty you're having with angling it.
There is a kernel of truth to that.
A Kerbal?
Yeah. Okay, I need to go now. We need to go. Go, 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 go.
Yeah. Go.
And I've got to manually keep this on the maneuver node because this is a probe. I don't have the navigation SAS, Automatic Stability Assist system for this. I've only got the stability version of the Automatic Stability Assist. Did I not have the things going through? Hold on. There we go. I thought I had... Did I not have the fuel pipes leading into the main one? Huh. Or maybe I had fuel crossfeed on accidentally.
Oh dear.
Anyway, we might still be able to make it.
You never. That's not something you really want to hear when you're traveling to the moon, just in space in general. You don't want to hear, "Oh yeah, we might be able to make it."
Well, yes.
You want to be fairly certain that you're going to get where you want to go in space. Otherwise, don't do it.
True. But the big difference here is that in KSP, there is no way to simulate before you launch.
And I suppose you could test something unmanned, and at least
True.
You wouldn't hurt your Kerbals.
Yeah, true. But the thing is that this isn't supposed to be manned anyway.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Is it manned currently?
No, it's drones only.
Ah, right.
Okay, so we're now officially in space. And by officially, I mean we've got music playing. Yes, the music only starts when you're in space, and it promptly cuts when you enter the atmosphere. We've got a burn for 13 seconds, so I'm going to wait until about 6 seconds before I initiate the burn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think you mentioned it before, but I have got the Twitch stream muted, though.
I don't know. Okay. So, I'll actually quick save here.
In space, people can hear you quick. No. No. In space, no one can hear you quick save, but you can do it anyway.
Yes. And the thing is, you can only quick save when you're in space. If you're in the atmosphere, then the physics engine works differently, and you can't quick save unless you're stationary.
But being as a planet's atmosphere, you're not on the planet if you're in the planet's atmosphere, and the planet and its atmosphere is in space. Surely.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
Like the way that I phrased that, you are correct.
Yeah. Where does that quote come from? In space, no one can hear you scream.
I think it's a tagline of a film, like the subtitle.
Willis has put a great thing in chat, but I will read the rest of it.
In space, no one can hear you say oops. That is funny.
Kango has said go go go. I assume to the place in Wales, which I'm not going to pronounce, but I can tell you to start with, I think, 2 L's. Then there's me complaining why 260 isn't an option for resolution, because it would be the perfect middle ground. And then Kango corrects me saying 240.
Alien, there you go. It's the tagline of Alien. I still haven't seen that film.
I've seen like the start of it because I had to do it for a uni thing, and yeah, I like the fact that it has a slow build-up in tension and doesn't straight go in with the, not violence, but doesn't straight go in with the foil, I suppose.
You mean the horror?
Yeah, kind of. And me, I've never really been a big horror fan anyway. Willis also says that it is Alien, yeah. Kango says regarding to the oops, but everyone can hear you mouth it. Well, I'm gonna be like you now and say, can you really hear someone mouth something?
Depends. If you're in the atmosphere,
see them.
if you're in the atmosphere, then you moving your lips does technically create vibrations in the atmosphere. So technically, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, could you only feel the vibrations but not hear?
Well, sound, but sound is only vibrations.
Yeah. Kango. Okay, he's put the name of the Welsh town in.
In bits.
Yeah. Lanfair.
Double L. Double L is pronounced as ch.
Lanfair. Wilwich. Wilchwyn. Yeah. Willis said original Alien was more suspense, like a good Hitchcock movie. Yeah,
Llanfairpwllgwch. Oh, there we go. I can't pause this, unfortunately. So, or fortunately, depending how you look at it.
Don't let me do this, Kango. I think I've done this before on the stream.
Yeah, I think so too. Kango keeps making you do this. Okay, we've got a 27 burn coming in. And that means half that. 12, 13... 13 seconds.
Of course, Kango says that he pronounced it in his singular BeamNG drive stream, which, yeah, I remember that happening. Yes, he's put the whole thing in. If you're watching this live or archived, then, do feel free to pronounce that in your own time.
Okay, I'm about to detach these. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. Detach.
I still don't get why K is the button to pause. I still don't get why K is the button to pause and unpause the stream.
Doesn't spacebar work?
I don't know, but if I mouse over the pause button, it says pause. Oh yeah, it does say that. Pause, open brackets, space, /K, close brackets. I didn't see the space. But why would K be it anyway?
I don't know. I think K is to skip forward 10 or skip back 10 seconds on YouTube.
Oh, right.
Okay, so now I need to focus my view on the moon. As the moon, M-U-N.
Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called in the Kerbal verse?
Yeah. And actually, our course is pretty equatorial. Huh.
Really? Kango says, also, speaking of suspense movies, which ones of you have seen the movie Duel from 1971? Isn't that a Stephen King one, or am I thinking of someone else?
I have seen it. Also, I'm going to quickly turn SAS off because we are currently in the shadow and I don't want to time warp and waste electricity while we don't have any access to the sun.
Oh yes, the main reason that you don't want to time warp is waste of electricity.
No, the main reason why I want to turn off the SAS while we don't need it.
Willis has said that, yes, that Mun is Kerbalese for moon, apparently.
Mm-hmm. So this is already going much better than last week. We're actually on our way to the moon.
Yay. Remind me, have you put the stream is the archive of the stream on Saturday? Is that on YouTube now?
Yes. Wait, yeah, Saturday. It's on YouTube. I was thinking, do I stream? Yes, I stream on Saturday. Yeah, they're all on YouTube. Usually, every stream gets uploaded to YouTube the day after it's streamed because late at night I don't want to go through all that stuff making the thumbnail, so I'll do it the next day.
Kango says that Duel is Steven Spielberg's first movie production, so that guy got the first name right with Stephen King. And he's also said that Maximum Overdrive is by Stephen King. Is that the one with the sentient car, or am I thinking of a different one by Stephen King?
The sentient car one is Christine.
That's what. Why did I think that Duel was? Anyway.
We are in the moon's sphere of influence.
Hey. Willis says, didn't that have Dennis Weaver? And Kango says, Duel, yes, playing David Mann with 2 N's.
Okay, so we now have our burn to get into a lunar orbit, which is a burn of 8 seconds. So I'm going to Initiate the burn when I've got 4 seconds to go. Being chased by a road raging 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
Burn in 30 seconds. Look, there's Kerbin.
Oh.
There's the sun, and there's the moon. And there's Moho. Look.
Sorry, with the delay, it was, you said there's the sun when you were circling your mouse around Kerbin or whatever.
And there's Moho.
I'm just refreshing the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's it. Well, not refreshing, but just
yeah. And there's Jewel, the little green dot there. And cut. We are now in a roughly circular orbit of the moon. So I'm going to quick save again.
Yeah.
Now it's a matter of, and we've still got so much more fuel left. I mean, this is a success. This is actually over-engineered. I could have taken on board less fuel, which means it would have been lighter, so it would have been easier to get here. But let's detach the first comms satellite. So let's decouple it. Off it goes. That looks funny.
It did, it just sort of...
Yep, and here we need to extend all of our solar panels. Now, what kind of an orbit does this have? The fact...
An orbital one.
Yeah, you can see how this thing's orbit is different than our other orbit. You can see the two lines.
Yeah.
That's because the force of detaching it slowed it down more, and that's why it's got a different orbit. But that shouldn't matter too much. I'll extend the antenna. There we go. The front spike has been extended just as it continues to spin.
Oh, yeah. Kango says, an old rusty Peterbilt 281 needle nose pulling an equally rusty old tanker trailer. He also says, I've not seen Maximum Overdrive. I've heard that it involved vehicles of all sorts going on a rampage, being affected by aliens, I believe, also by Stephen King. Oh, so he did. Oh, so he's done 2 sentient, quote-unquote, cars going after people. I've not seen or read Christine, so I don't know, but I assume that's the basic concept. Kango asks Willis, did you like Duel? And Willis has replied, I thought it was pretty good at the time, but being so long ago, I can barely remember. And Kango also says hello to Danger of Depth.
Danger of Depth, hello!
So, hello. They've not put anything in chat, but if they're just watching, then hello!
So, what I'm doing now, so I've detached the first satellite. So my plan with this is to be able to contact Kerbin, to have contact with Kerbin from anywhere from the lunar surface. Because the issue is that if I'm behind the moon, like this, then I can't control a probe because there's the moon's in the way. So I want satellites that can see each other, that at any point, at least one satellite, can see Kerbin, so that I can bounce the signal back. So I've launched one, and now I need to launch another one, approximately a quarter, either in front or ahead of that one, on the same orbit. And I originally planned to... Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's save time. I'm going to now accelerate slightly to increase our orbit so it takes us longer to complete. Like that. So then the satellite we launched is going to orbit more quickly than us, so that we are going to fall behind over time. So when we're about a quarter of the way behind, I need to slow down again, then detach the second one, then accelerate again, and then repeat that, basically. I think I might have spent a little bit too long, yeah, because this to me feels a little bit too much, but actually it's pretty close to a quarter. Interesting. Yeah, and that's why I originally wanted to have the satellites be able to navigate so that I can correct the slight little differences in in their orbit, basically.
Kango says, in response to Willis saying that he has seen Duel, Kango says, right, I see. I've only seen it once in 2018, and he liked it a lot. Willis says, I saw it the first time. Oh, hang on. I saw it the first time it was on TV after it came out. Willis says 72, 73-ish. I assume referring to the year that Dune was first on TV. So the first time it was on TV after it came out, blimey.
Okay, we've got a half-second burn.
Right.
So let's see how well this goes.
Also, hello, Danger at Depth. Nice to see you in chat. And Danger at Depth says, hi, this all seems to be going very well.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah, of course. I think this is the first time that they've... Oh, gosh, Kango's put a long thing in. I think this is the first time that Danger at Depth has been in the chat whilst I've been in chat or in voice chat, hasn't it? Haven't they?
I think so. So we've launched the next one. Let's open the solar panels. And let's extend the antenna. As it just spins. And now we just need to repeat that 2 more times. Which means I need to now point this spacecraft in the other direction again. Then accelerate, then basically repeat this process.
Kango looks like a killer bee, yeah.
It does.
Kango says, here's a fun fact. Jewel was originally meant for an hour-long TV movie on a quite tight budget with only around 2 weeks' time for shooting. But when some movie theatres wanted to show it, some additional scenes were shot to increase the length. These included the scene with the tunnel and the school bus, and also the grade crossing scene from the Southern Pacific train. Kango also says hi to Danger Depth. Hello, Danger Depth. You don't know me, but I'm sort of back on these after quite a long time of not being on them. Hello. Well, and Willis says that you should have painted it black and yellow. That's the point. Can you actually paint stuff?
No. Most parts have different presets that you can choose from. Like, for example, having the fuel tank either white or kind of black or orange or things like that. But you can't paint things unless there's a mod for it.
Yeah, you can't like put something on and then decide what color it's in. You have to choose from the preset.
Yeah, except for the lights. You can, of course, choose the color of the lights.
I'm just imagining you chose... I assume these are lights on the spaceship.
I don't have any lights, but yes, lights on the spaceship.
Not spaceship, space...
No, it is spaceship.
Oh, spaceship, yeah. I'm just imagining if someone else is in space, and if you have red lights on, then they just see in the distance this pair of red eyes.
Would be a cool add-on to be able to paint. I mean, there could be a mod for it. There could be a mod. I don't know.
It seems like such a simple thing that there must be a mod for it.
Yeah, but I know this game is made in Unity, and I know how Unity works, and the easiest way of doing that, pretty much the only way of doing that, would be to have, if you change the color of it, to make a new material, and then have the tint of that material be the color. But that means that that each material has its separate own draw call, which means that it would get laggy very fast.
Oh, yeah. Kango says, not really, but in KSP2 you'll be able to do it, though. Yes, I heard about that a couple of months ago, but they'll release the second one, I think.
Now, 0.4 second burn.
Willis suggests spacecraft. That's the one I was looking for. I thought you were, like, making a riff of Minecraft for a second. Kango says tint to the texture, and then he corrects himself material.
Yeah, but if you tint it, then either you're going to tint everything that uses that material, or if you only want to tint that specific object that uses the material, you have to make it a new instance of the material, a new material, which then would be a separate new draw call. Okay, let's detach the next one. Open the solar panels. click on that, extend that.
Like, the speed and the suddenness that they just fly off is quite funny.
Yeah, that one's actually not on such. That's the previous two were on this exact same orbits. This one not so much, which is an issue.
Oh dear.
I mean, it's not going to be an issue now, but in the future sometime, because this one I think is on a slightly. Hold on, which one are we controlling currently? Wait a minute, are we... Oh, yes. So this one is on a larger orbit, which means it's slower, so it's going to bunch up with the others, which means those are eventually going to be next to each other, which means that basically the network... Because the positioning of these is important so that they at all times can see each other. But if it bunches up, then it won't be able to. But luckily we've got a third one that we can... Well, a fourth one that we can hopefully correct this with. So, let's hopefully do that properly.
Yes. Willis and Kango have both buzzed. I assume that was referring to a sound in the game, but of course
No, the bees.
Oh, the bee. Oh, of course, yeah. And Kango says, but yeah, if you like suspense movies, road movies, chase movies, or all three, I think you definitely enjoy Duel. Yeah, there's a game that is basically a horror driving game, isn't it? Like, exclusively. And I think it's called Beware or something. I don't think it's on Steam. But, yeah, it's one of the few horror games that NerdCube's played. Or at least recorded and stuff. And yeah, Kango, so yeah, Beware.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's a very... I've watched him play, and it does seem like it's a very good idea for a game, but quite a generic title.
Okay, so let's see if we can get the positioning of this last one right. I mean, this will only be an issue in the future at some point. It's not ideal. I mean, to be honest, I might as well just delete that and then redo it, but I don't really want to do that at this time because I don't want to waste the time on stream.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not...
How long are you planning on going for?
Until 10.
Till 10, so we got about half an hour.
Mm-hmm. The first two launched pretty good. The third one not so much, so now it's just a matter of trying to get the timing correct. And that's too soon. Maybe one more circle, one more orbit. Ah, okay, that actually looks pretty good. Now we need to slow down. Okay, pointing the right direction. Now, actually, okay, I'll put in a maneuver node just so I can see what a circular orbit looks like here. And let's just slow down a bit.
Kango's put in a few links to the two pictures of the antagonist of Duel and the protagonist's car. He's put in 2 links to those. I'll just give a quick check of them.
Okay, let's detach the last one and let's see how well this goes. Decouple. What is its orbit like? Actually, let's first open up the solar panels, because if I don't open the solar panels and this thing runs out of power, there's no way that I can actually open the solar panels, because that requires power. And actually, that's a pretty good orbit. Okay. Except for that one, I'm actually quite happy with this.
It's always good to be happy with a moon landing.
We've not landed, we're just orbiting. It's a comms network.
Anything involving the moon.
Ah. And now... we've got a bit
now
of...
here comes the tricky bit, he says.
No. The thing is, we've got all this excess fuel here. So...
I assume it's not possible to, like, bring it back and save it.
No, there is... I mean, technically, if I could land it and then recover it, yes, I could. But we're playing in science mode where money isn't an issue, which means resources aren't an issue.
Good.
I suppose I could just leave it here and rename it to Moongaze... to just maybe... just call it to... Name it Fuel... Yeah, I'll just put fuel in brackets in front, so that when I now go to the tracking station, because I've got a mod that allows me to add, to basically go EVA and add these fuel pumps to vessels, allowing me to extract fuel from them. So if I've got that fuel there in orbit, might as well leave it there. And I mean, or I could just terminate it here, but anyway.
Willis says space debris number 43.
Wait, where didn't I rename it?
Probably. I think you're just riffing on the name that you could have given it.
No, I mean here. Oh, all right. Here it is. Okay. So it is renamed correctly. So wait, can I rename craft from in here? I don't think so. Okay, well, let me just quickly go in and rename the comms satellites so that I know what they are. And yes, I could just go into the map view and terminate it, which would delete the vessel, which would clean it up, but I might as well leave it there for now. Okay, so this comm satellite, I need to right-click on the command module. Rename vessel, let's call it... Well, let's call it what it is. Let's call it a moon... Let's call it MoonNet 1. Well, technically this is 4, I believe. Call MoonNet 4. Then go back to the tracking station. Do the same for the other 3. "11 out of 11 name." Yeah, this one goes to 11.
Yes, would name again.
Wouldn't that... Wait, if you would name it again, doesn't that kind of speak against the name?
Yeah, it completely defeats the object.
Okay, we'll call this one MoonNet 3, which is the one that's got the wonky orbit that I can't do anything about because I have no way of controlling this thing. It doesn't have any thrusters.
Oh dear. Would rename again, that's what it was, Banger.
Ah, yes. 10 out of 10 name, would rename again.
But then surely it's a bit of a naff name because you're choosing to rename it.
Yeah, I could name it like that as well, but that would be not as easily recognizable.
Willis has said Muntanet, Alpha, Beta, Delta, and Gamma.
Mm-hmm. And luckily I don't have to worry about which way the solar panels are pointing, because they have motors and automatically face the sun. Okay, just 2 more to go. So this one would be 2. And then hopefully I should be able to actually transmit the science that is currently waiting in the Moonlander.
Transmit the science!
Yeah, because the issue was that the antenna on the Moonlander, basically I think it only had a the probe core's antenna, which wasn't strong enough to reach Kerbal. But now that I've got the satellites, it should be fine. It's going to be fine, yes? Right? Yes?
Oh yeah.
MoonNet 2. I'm so excited for when we get into some of the more advanced engines, like for example those nuclear fusion engines, or I do actually have a warp drive mod here But the thing is, we've got to unlock that first, and that's literally at the end of the tech tree.
Ah, so in science mode, you do have like unlimited money, but you don't like have everything at your disposal. It's not like a sandbox per se.
Yes. There are 3 main ways that you can play KSP1. The first is just sandbox, where you've got everything unlocked, and you don't have money, you can just build whatever you want, however you want. Then you've got science mode, where yes, you have to go to places to perform experiments, and then either transmit the science back, or bring the vessel back to Kerb and then recover, and then you use that to unlock more stuff. And then there is career mode, where you've got contracts that you need to fulfill to earn money, plus, of course, also having to unlock stuff with science. But the contracts are just tedious.
Kango says, hello, is this Kerbal Mission Control? Beep. Yeah, this is Mission Control. What seems to be the problem today? Yeah, I've been feeling a bit bored lately. Not much to do out here in outer space, you know? Beep. That's all well and good, but is anything wrong with your craft? Are you still on course? Oh, well, we ran out of fuel 2 days ago. Beep.
Thank you very much. So, now, let's see how is the scan of the moon going. Oh, we've pretty much scanned all of it.
Hey.
That's nice. Let's try Minmus. Okay, Minmus as well. So we actually now know exactly where we need to put our fuel refinery on the moon when we unlock that tech. Because you can actually mine ore, convert it to fuel, and then do stuff with that. Now, the benefit of doing that on the moon is pretty obvious, which is that you can transfer it to an orbiting vehicle without needing to use much of it because there's no atmosphere and you've got a low gravity. So what I can do is build a vehicle on Kerbin or in Kerbin orbit when I've got the tech that is mostly empty, then go into lunar orbit, refill it or fill the fuel using the fuel that I've mined and converted. And then we can go, and it's going to be much easier. So actually I need to now fast forward because this thing is on its side, on the dark side of the moon. We fast forward. This thing we landed last time, by the way. Well, I say landed. It kind of landed. So, do we have access to CarbNet? Metal links network, none. First top path. Oh, we just don't at the moment. Okay. Huh. Although that's strange. Shouldn't we have? Oh, I guess. Okay. Well, let's see if this works. Not sure that it will. Review data. Can I transmit this? Transmit? No. Why doesn't that work? It's got sight of one of the comsats. Maybe I need an antenna on this thing. In which case, this doesn't matter. Okay, well, I'm just gonna delete those then. So, that delivery was perfect. Oh yeah, I wanted to apologize about not showing you around the RPSR. Okay, sure. Okay, well, as it turns out, the hop leg thing, it just doesn't have the... It just doesn't have the necessary thing, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to terminate these two. Okay, so that is all set up correctly. We've now... well, I say correctly. It's set up mostly correctly.
Kango asks, will we get 2 driving rovers today?
I don't know if I've even unlocked that tech. But I should... Hmm?
I was going to say, so science mode just seems to be kind of like, well, in a way, an exploration.
Yes. You explore places, do experiments, and get science to unlock more stuff, to explore more places.
More things.
Mm-hmm.
I've not, like, I've always wanted just, like, I mean, there probably is quite a few that exist, but I've always wanted, like, a pure exploration game. Like, I don't think I've ever played anything like that. That is just sort of go and explore, but also with something like that, you know, I kind of like stuff to do in a game.
Have a look at a game called Space Engine.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll make a note of that. Kango says, will you call the Daleks Paradise? Wait, sorry, that's extermination.
Okay, so I'm actually going to put I'm going to put an antenna on this thing.
And Kango suggests Outer Wilds? I've heard of that. That was made by... Oh, who was that? That was made by the same people who did... like Iron Bird and Iron Fish, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of different?
I don't know. Okay, so I've now put an antenna on this thing.
Kango says that he's only ever played 2 of the alpha version. Kango says, Iron Bird and Iron Fish, not my line. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to quickly look that up.
Where is... Oh, it's all tucked in there. That makes sense. And actually, you know what? I might be able to add a little bit more of a I don't have that stuff unlocked. I've got the hexagonal thing, but that's much too big. Okay, well, let's just save it like this.
What I was thinking of in terms of the guys with Iron Bread and Iron Fish, I was thinking of Worlds Adrift rather than well.
Yeah. Okay, so we've probably got enough time. I've just put some antennas on the Hoplite Mark 1.
We have 20 minutes.
Yep. I should be able to get it to the moon, land, get some science, return back.
Sorry, it just sounds weird. Firstly, it sounds weird that when you talk perfectly normally and then say moon, and also sounds weird when you say get some science. Let's get our science on.
Anyway, here we go. Ring of fire.
Ring of fire.
It literally is, though.
Yeah.
What burns? Yeah. Okay, gonna slightly reduce the throttle as to not waste fuel at the thick part of the atmosphere. In the thick part of the atmosphere. Now, if I recall correctly, this craft, I do have to get pretty high before I start doing my orbital, my turn to get into orbit. So I'm going to take it quite high up first. Let's see how that goes. Also, we're going to the highlands on the moon, yes? We've not explored those yet. I think so.
I didn't know there was anything Scottish on the moon, but sure.
Lots of planets have highlands.
Scottish aliens, can you imagine that?
I direct you to Peter Capaldi's Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, I heard the human fall flat stream is unfortunately going to be pushed back.
Mm-hmm. ME2 was busy this time, but next week should be good.
That's a damn shame. Kango says, I'm going to try and do this in my best Scottish accent, which is good. Boy, you didn't tell me you were going to islands. Have you brought your hiking gear? Well, I bought me spacesuit.
I haven't even brought me. This is an automated craft.
That's the thing you really need to remember to bring yourself.
Like, would you want to go on this thing? Really?
That's true enough.
Okay, I think we're ready to start our turn.
It's a bit rickety for my taste.
Here we go. Okay, no, go the other way. Go the other way. Okay, that's fine. That's actually good. No, stay there. Stay there, and we're good.
I don't think talking to it is going to. I love the effect of like the little blue light that comes out of the back. I really do like that effect.
Yeah, that's actually a mod that's called the waterfall mod that changes the plumes. I know it might look like it's spinning out of control, but that's fine. We're making it to space.
It's spinning out of control. It's spinning control.
Well, technically no, but it doesn't matter that it's spinning out of control at the moment. Because we are making it to space.
Yes, and that's all that matters.
Well, no, we also want to make it to the moon and land and get science and transmit it home.
Yes. Kango says, shout out to rocket. Stay there, stay. Good rocket. That's nose cone. Then boom.
Oh.
Dog! Which is in the dictionary, actually, I believe. Homer Simpson's dog. I don't think I've... Go on.
Kango told me that originally he wanted to make the Laurel and Hardy sound, but that was too long, so he shortened it to that, the voice actor.
What's the Laurel and Hardy sound?
Like, do when they mess up. When it's like Oliver Hardy's sound whenever Laurel messes up or when things go wrong.
Like an extended dog!
Okay, so...
I've never actually just sat down and watched an episode of The Simpsons, I don't think. I've watched The Simpsons movie, but no.
Okay, we've got a burn of 1 minute and 42 seconds, which means I need to start burning at 41 seconds, if my mathematics are correct. Are they?
I don't know. Are they? Maths was never my strong point.
No, it's 50. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just burning. Hold on. So that'll be 30. No, it is 50. It's 50. I should have burned at 50, so we're actually burning a little late, but that's fine. Not his sound. Shadow is not his sound. What do you mean? We're in space! Not Oliver. I thought it was Oliver. Oliver Hardy. Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy.
I think he might mean that it was the other guy in the axe sound, rather than the one you said.
Oh.
Yeah, and he says, yeah, but it wasn't him. I think he means that it wasn't him who made it.
Oh, right.
Said it. I wouldn't know because I've never watched it, but I have heard.
We're now getting into orbit.
Yeah.
And there's Jewel, which is the second furthest out planet in the system. But I do actually have other other star systems installed as well as a mod that we can get to with warp drive and things like that. Yeah, that distant objects mod adds so much, being able to actually see the little dots of the planets in the sky, and knowing that at one point you're going to be able to actually go there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're now in Kerbal orbit.
It's always good when invisible walls aren't a thing.
Oops, I didn't mean to click that button, but sure.
Oh, that is... If you're in a spaceship, that could be a fatal mistake.
Nah, yeah, it was just the time warp, so we're now a little bit closer to...
Ooh, I didn't mean to push that. Takes finger off button, and then just says self-destruct on it.
Yeah. Okay, that... we need a little bit more speed, I think. Yeah, hold on. Oops. Come on. Gotta scroll in. One moment. Okay, I'll redo the node. Stretch it out. Yeah, getting an encounter with the moon is quite easy. Getting an encounter with other planets, on the other hand, not so easy. Okay, so this will get us down to about 19 kilometers above the moon's surface. Okay, I've got to burn in... okay. In 1.5 minutes, we've got a burn time of 30 seconds, so 15 seconds ahead of time I need to start burning.
Okay, Kango's put a long one in. That explains the lack of chat. Kango says, I saw this in an interview, The Simpsons, live and uncut, when Dan Castellaneta, the voice actor of Homer Simpson, read the script. He saw frustrated grunt and didn't quite know what that meant. He asked Matt Groening, and he said it's whatever you want it to be. So since Dan quite liked the Laurel and Hardy movies, he imitated the "doh" sounds that one of the actors did, and they were frustrated when he was frustrated. Matt then asked him to do it shorter because as a cartoon it has to be fast-paced. So Dan shortened it to "doh."
Yes, that is what I had remembered. Only I didn't quite remember it correctly, apparently. So, are you ready for some heat, Mr. W?
Of course, I always am.
Okay, let me just position the camera here.
Although with that said, with the heat, with how hot it's been for the past few days, I do not need any more heat, please.
Well, you're gonna get some in 15 seconds.
Put my frost goggles on. Well, I've got those. They're called glasses.
Okay, here we go. 10, 9,
8,
7,
7,
6,
6,
5, 4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Ignition! There we go, there's the heat.
Wait for it to catch up. Wait, oh my god. That, it almost kind of looks like an eye.
It does a bit. It also looks nice from the other side, with the rocket centered this way.
Look at it. Oh, I love the shine of the planet. Is that like the star shining on the planet that's making that big... It's actually a really beautiful game, unless that is mods.
Well, the game is... So the clouds are mods, and the lens flare of the sun, I'm not sure. It might be a mod. I don't quite remember.
Kango says, on second thought, no,
Okay.
and then generic faces of discomfort.
So we need next stage. Here we go. Go. And now I need to be careful, because if I mess this up, we're actually just crashing right into the moon. So...
Kango says that, yes, the thruster particles are modded Waterfall FX, which I think you had mentioned.
Yeah, the thruster particles are.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are now making it to just 18 kilometers above the moon's surface. Okay, so let's get back to our craft, which, by the way, is the tilde or backspace key, depending on your version of the game.
Ooh.
And
Kango has provided a link to the Waterfall mod.
Ah, thank you. So now let's just fast forward until we get there. Well, let's actually fast forward until we get into the moon's sphere of influence, because the way KSP works is you're only ever being influenced by one body, and then it switches between which is the one, like where it intersects. It's, yeah. Come on. There we go. Okay, so there's the moon. We're about to switch into its sphere of influence, which you should see the nav ball switch at the bottom when we do. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. It switched.
Oh yeah.
So now... Actually, let me focus on the moon again. Now I need to get into a spherical orbit, add a maneuver, circularize. Actually, that's on a slant. Can I fix that, maybe? If I change that to... Hold on. About that. How much delta V does this need? 275 meters per second. And actually that shouldn't be that much. Okay, so I'm not going to overshoot it, he says.
Overshooting it.
So there's going to be a 16-second burn. That's going to happen in 1.5 hours. So let's time warp. And since I've now got my comms satellites, I should retain connection with Kerbal, even when we're on the dark side. Okay, so there's going to be an 8, so I'm going to burn with 8 seconds to go. Hopefully this will work. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. A much more modest plume. But still pretty. And stop. What's our periapsis looking like? Oh well, periapsis 15 kilometers, 17, that's fine. So, the spot where we want to land, the marker is still on here, location, TDMB, which is the scan sat location, because that is actually the, where does it say, which biome is it? Where does it say? Hold on, Highlands, which we're actually going to go to, because we haven't done science there yet.
Haven't done science.
Yes. So, add a maneuver. Slow down. Should bring us... Well, actually... hold on.
Kango says in chat, also Mr. W, did you know that in October this year, is that Euro Truck Simulator 2 will have turned 10 years old because the game has changed so much since then. SCS made a new trailer. No, I did not know that. Well, it's about happy birthday for October this year. ETS2.
Okay, so we're approaching our deceleration node to actually then land. There we are. There's only going to be like a 7-second burn. Oh, also there's the moon. Say hello.
Hello, moon. Is it called the moon or just moon? Oh god, that is big, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I said there it is. This at the moment we're only about 16 kilometers off the surface.
Blimey. It looks like a massive cell, doesn't it?
It is a bit.
Like
I've had to
with all the dots.
Yeah, I've had to turn the texture quality down, unfortunately, for performance, but there we are. Yeah. So now we've got to burn to slow ourselves down to land. Burn now. Camera turns.
I've just had a thought in terms of games that are, well, I say pure exploration. They're not really pure exploration, but there's a heck of a lot in it. Megaton Rainfall.
Ah, yes, I know of it.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
It does. The only thing about it is, I mean, all the fighting stuff is what bothers me about it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'll extend all my antennas. You should do the same.
I would if I will quickly find my antennas and I will extend them.
Okay, now I'll extend the landing legs.
Yep. Well, I'm extending my legs like now. I actually did that in real life. I don't know why. Willis says, so do the Kerbals call it a lunar orbit?
Probably Moonar, I don't know.
Lunar
also,
spelled Loonar.
Yes, also, look here. You see where it says Terza, the name that I'm highlighting over? I think that's actually another star that's on the other side of the moon that I just happened to mouse over. Hold on, if I zoom out, I've got... it might be another star, or... No, it's not. It might be another... Actually, it might be the wormhole, because there are wormholes to get to them in this. Strange. I don't quite know what it is. It's been almost a year since I installed all these mods. Yes, I don't know what most of them do anymore. I'll have to figure it out as we go. Okay, so we're now lowlands. We want highlands, over lowlands, midlands, moon. So lunar. Oh, that does make sense. Okay, so let's try slowing down here to cancel out our horizontal velocity. This bit is so scary when you first do it. The first time you do this, it is incredibly scary. Because every little thing that you do could mess up the entire thing. Okay, so here we are on our downward vector. Let's do a little more burning in this direction. Okay, and now I need to pretty much burn to not crash. But you can see the surface approaching.
Oh, yes. Rapidly approaching.
Yes, we're moving at only about 80 meters per second.
So what, are we going to like land this and then be done for the day?
Pretty much. I want to do a few experiments. Will only take a minute.
Want to do a few sciences?
Yes, which will only take like a minute. And then I want to transmit it home if that works, and then we're done. And land. And bounce. Okay.
I'll wait for the stream to catch up.
Yeah, that didn't work. We bounced, unfortunately.
Yep, I see the bounce.
Bounce again. See, this is why it's tense.
Yeah.
And this should be our final thing. And landed. Okay.
And plonk.
And we've got about half fuel left.
It nearly slipped over
Yep.
again.
So now let's see if this works. Perform all sciences. Transmit. Please, transmit.
Kango says, also, if you're looking for exploration games, Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator are pretty much just that. There's money stuff in it as well, but if you disable traffic offences, there's not really any way of losing money, apart from interest. You take loans, but you don't need to do that. That's true, but then again, I suppose that is a very normal, mundane world. You know, what I want is explore a world that I basically don't already know what's in it.
Okay, so the transmitting science stuff worked. Do we have time to do another short little hop?
I mean, how long would it take? Because I may be off before.
Like maybe 5 minutes.
It should be fine.
Okay.
I will allow it.
I'll quickly have to go back to Space Center to see where we need to go.
It just looks like the moon's got freckles.
Yes. Okay, so we should get a whole bunch of science from what we've just done. And I want to do another quick little hop to another area, get some more science if possible. If we've got the time for it. If the loading times take too long, then I'll not bother. Almost done. Almost done loading. There we are. Okay. So I want to go to the research and development, go to the archives, go to carbon. Oh, it is called the moon. Okay, for Midlands, Farside Crater, Highlands. Midlands, Farside Crater, Highlands. Okay.
They've got massive eyes, don't they, Kerbals?
Yep. So,
there's no point in the glasses really, because they're just sticking out of the frame. Like you'd have to have glass that sort of curves around.
Yeah.
The eyes. And bare glass bare glass that close to the eyes does not give me comfort.
Plus, if it curved around, then it would mess with how the lensing works.
Yeah, that's true. No, you probably wouldn't have a fisheye, but there would certainly be.
Well, you might.
Kango says to me, right, I see, I do get that with me talking about the, I don't really want to explore a world that I kind of already know what's in it. But there's definitely some breathtaking scenery in those games. Yeah, I can get that. Kango says, and he finds that driving around in and of itself is quite relaxing too. Yeah, that's true, but I think that you could also be done with just walking, I suppose. And Kango says, oh yeah, quite large, referring to the eyes of the Kerbals. Speaking of good scenery in games, I remember one of the most like when you see something in a game and you're like, oh yeah, that looks good. It was in Dark Souls 2 actually, like the first time I played that. And again, I don't get why Dark Souls 2 is not liked. Well, actually today I did hear that it's not a bad game in and of itself, but it's a bad sequel. But hey ho, it is what it is.
Okay, so I've decided to hop north.
Fine. Be great if there was a mod that had to like spring sound effects.
Okay, so I'm going to the lowlands up here.
Just so much looks like it's got freckles.
Okay, so as you can see, we're going, and this is incidentally why I called this rocket Hop Leg, because it's designed to hop to multiple biomes to get science from all of them, and leg because it's got landing legs to land.
Landing legs to land.
Actually, let me twist this slightly so it's a bit easier to control. Peg leg. Good thing it's not called peg leg. Okay.
Peg leg mark 4. Yeah, that's 4.
We might actually be able to also get to a third biome with this if we've got enough fuel, but not this stream because no time.
Ooh. So 2 hours is your usual kind of
Yes.
point. Oh god, you're going fast.
I'm time warping, that's why. Okay, now I've actually got to slow down.
Willis has put Peg Leg the Pirate. Well, of course, Space Pirates, that's like a fairly common term.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. You can add the word space in front of any other word and it just makes it sound cooler.
How about plague and disease?
Well, it still sounds cool. It
How-
still sounds something that would be in a sci-fi. I mean, not good.
Okay.
But it still sounds something that would be in like a sci-fi.
What
like
about-
a cool sci-fi level.
What about moist? Space moist.
Yeah, that's something like that. Something is moist due to the actions or the act of being in space. Yeah, I'd say it sounds cool.
Okay, there's the ground. I should probably slow down at some point.
Yeah, it's not the fall. It's not. What is it? It's not the fall that kills you. It's just sudden stop at the end of it.
Yep.
And the ground does tend to do that.
Okay, so here we go. Oops, lag. That's never good when you're descending.
Oh no. Have you seen those those videos of what would happen if lag happened in real life?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's genuinely like cartoon levels of slapstick comedy, and it's so simple, but it's just fun to look at.
Okay, and landed.
Willis
time.
Willis has put the ground is the emergency brake system.
Yes. Okay, so let's transmit this stuff. And let's transmit this stuff. Now we are getting less signs for transmitting. We would get more if we got this back home, but honestly, we don't have that much stuff, and that's all I can do here. Okay, so
Woo! We have Houston, we have landed. Oh no, what was it called? Kerbin?
yes.
Kerbin, we have landed.
Okay, so that was pretty successful. Let's see how much science we got. Or how much science we're at.
That's never not going to make me laugh. Here we go.
Yeah.
Kango says, here's some of the breathtaking scenery which I've mentioned before, presumably in ATS or ETS2. These pictures are part of the Austria rebuild that they're planning to release with the 1.44 of ETS2 in the next few weeks. If anyone's interested, I will just have a quick look at that pic. Oh, you're right, that does look though. It looks very real as well.
Mm-hmm. So, we've got almost 200 science, which... Okay, what do I need for this? Scanning requires any. Okay, either of those. Which isn't quite enough to get what I want to get. But I'll go over this next time. So,
Yeah.
actually I'll quickly save the game, quick save number 1, just in case the autosave doesn't work, but the autosave should work. Quit menu. And while the game is quitting, I'll do the outro, and then we'll end the stream.
Do you mind if I also plug my thing?
No, go ahead. You can do it now if you want.
Just a quick question before I do. Would I be allowed to use @everyone when I do it, or would you prefer I not do that? I don't mind.
Oh, you mean on Discord?
Yeah, on the Discord when I put it in the promotions and great stuff thing.
Okay, you don't put it in. I'll tag people.
Sure. Thank you. I'll read the last bit of chat. Kango says, SCS are in the process of rebuilding the areas in the base maps of ETS2 and ATS to update the scenery to their standard quality and accuracy standards. And yeah, agreed, it does look very well. Can you wait till it releases? So yes.
Okay, so...
Here we see the Kerbals floating out in space.
Yep. Well, that stream was much more successful than my previous KSP stream.
The previous one.
Yep. So, thank you all very much for watching. This stream, of course, will be archived. And thank you, Mr. W, for being in voice chat.
It's no worries at all. Sorry it took as long as it did to get it all set up.
That's fine. And, yes, that's pretty
hang on.
much it.
Do you mind if I just say promote my thing again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I have got a like a text-based, quite casual, text-based roleplay server. There's a link to it already in promotions of great stuff, but I will. But I'll put it on again just in case. But yeah, if that's your gone.
You don't need to put another. You don't need to post it again if it's the same thing.
Oh, okay, sweet. And I have set it for. It was more just so people get the notification, but yeah, I have set it for. You know, it won't expire.
Good.
Good. So yeah, come join that if you're interested. Again, it's in promotions of great stuff, or just I'm part of Sharadice's server, so just find me in Discord and just you know, just ask for a link and I'll send it to you.
Good. So, with that, bye everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Yes, only ever did a little bit of text-based role-playing much.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, bye people.
Bye-bye. Just waiting for her to catch up with Kango. Aw. Yes, bye-bye.